Good morning. Welcome back to Normalize Breastfeeding Live. I'm your host, Vanessa Simmons with normalizebreastfeeding.org. Today is an exciting day. This is the third nurse-in at the Idaho State Capitol building, and we have some special guests with us today. We're going to be talking about some of the trouble that the mothers are having there in Idaho, trying to get this law passed so that they can have breastfeeding rights to nurse in public without discrimination. So as you have, if you've been following my blog and following my page, you'll see that I'm a black breastfeeding mother of three. I've endured a lot of hardship and different things with breastfeeding in my own story. But my mission is to document and provide education that supports normal breastfeeding in diverse variations. So whether that's nursing, whether that's pumping, whether that's providing your baby with donor breast milk, all of that we want to be more normal. And we also want to remove the taboo of public breastfeeding in today's modern society. And just by the way, we're all relaxed here. Everything's cool. I'm in a new environment, so excuse me if I'm stumbling on my words. It's a little bit different, a little bit more exciting. And plus, tomorrow is International Day to Normalize Breastfeeding. Yay! So I'm a little bit nervous right now, but bear with me. I think everything's going to be okay. All right. So today we're going to be talking to Amy Miller, who is in Idaho, and also to Jesse. I'm going to be pulling up, sorry, I thought I had everything pulled up, but I had the wrong podcast pulled up. All right, so really quickly, I'm just going to go over their bios with you, and you guys can learn a little bit more about them, and then I'll let them have a chance to introduce themselves as well. So Amy Miller, I'm sorry, I don't have Amy Miller's. Let me pull you up, Amy, sorry. We had you set and ready to go, but I didn't get a bio from you. Amy, I'm going to unmute you, or you can unmute yourself, and just tell me a little bit about your breastfeeding history. Hi. Definitely, definitely. And you have how many kids? Three, right? Wow. Awesome. 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 That sounds awesome. Cool. So, Jesse, I'm going to have you come up. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hi. Awesome. Awesome. Good to hear from you. We also have a special guest, Laura Delmonico, here as well. I'm sorry if I cut you off there, Laura. Go ahead and unmute yourself and just say hello to everybody. You can introduce yourself. Oh, maybe I muted you. Hold on one second. Amy and Jesse, you can go ahead and mute yourself so we can hear Laura, okay? All right, there you go, Laura.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, I didn't hear your introduction for me.
No, I didn't. I was going to ask you to introduce yourself.
Hi. Yeah, I am the creator of the Nationwide Nurse-In, and we had a Nurse-In at the Capitol building in every state on April 24th of this year, and Idaho had one of our biggest turns out, and
There she is. No, it's totally fine. She just probably wants to nurse. Hi. Hi. Wow.
Sorry.
No, totally fine. So Idaho had one of the largest turnouts, right? I know we see that on that's the Capitol building on the cover for this event.
Indeed. Yeah, it was. I don't know if that's a picture from my event, but we did have a rather large turnout for our Idaho event, and it just shows you, that there's so many women who really need legislation there.
She's a little bit cranky.
Are you hungry?
So yeah, well, thank you for introducing yourself. It's okay. Go ahead and mute yourself. I'm gonna talk a little bit more with Amy. Okay? Sound good? All right. So Amy, can you show us a little bit about who's there? Can you show us kind of who's at the Capitol building and kind of what's going on? Maybe you can go down the steps a little bit and kind of show us. But yeah, we've got a lot of moms out there. This is awesome. This is so cool. They can't hear me, right? You're on the headset. Oh, awesome, awesome. Well, tell them they're live on Normalize Breastfeeding Live. This is awesome. So yeah, I mean, the fact that you guys have had to come out there 3 times, I mean, tell me a little bit about that. That's kind of disheartening. I mean, that they won't even consider. Good for you. Good for you. It's funny, when we first started this podcast, we launched it with the Nursing at the Today Show. And I mentioned Idaho, and I said, Idaho, we're coming for you. So I'm so excited that we were able to do this podcast today. I feel like it's a huge step in the right direction. We need to get the information out there. This is going to be on YouTube. They're not going to be able to deny it. It's not just going to be a photo. They're going to be able to see it, see the moms there and being represented, and they won't be able to turn away. We haven't heard back yet from your mayor in regards to the proclamation for International Day to Normalize Breastfeeding. Have you spoken with them? Yes, I would definitely suggest you call today, and just remind them, hey, the day is tomorrow. Did he have plans to publish it? If he did, we'll still accept it late. If he wants to turn it in sometime next week, that's totally fine. We'll take it. I mean, if we can get that support, and maybe you can mention that, if we can get that support at least on the mayoral level, then it will look stronger when we take it to the governor and we say, hey, we really need to get this bill passed. um, so yeah, I think that's awesome, and you're doing such an amazing job out there, and thank you so much for your dedication. This is really awesome. Now, are these families from Idaho originally, or did they? Okay. Awesome. Well, this is just great. This is fantastic, and I'm really happy to hear it. I'm going to take a few seconds. Can you go ahead and mute yourself? I'm going to take a few seconds, and I'm just going to thank some of our co-hosts who have been so awesome and gracious to help us promote this International Day to Normalize Breastfeeding event. Give me one second. I'm going to share with you guys a couple of their videos. We have see if I can share this with you. Okay. So these are some of the businesses that have reached out to me to become a co-host, which is it's a virtual co-host. So their Facebook pages have been, taking the time to. Oh, let me change one thing here. Sorry about that. All you guys can see is her. You guys should be able to see me. That should be better. Can you guys see me now? Okay, perfect. All right, awesome. So, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on one second, guys. Technical difficulty. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, present to everyone. Okay, now this should be better. Okay, so I want to share with you guys some of our co-hosts. They have been amazing. These businesses stood up and said that they want to pledge to support breastfeeding moms to nurse or pump for their baby whenever necessary, to nourish their baby, toddler, or child with breast milk as often as possible until they are ready to stop. That is the pledge for supporters and businesses and organizations for the International Day to Normalize Breastfeeding. It's such a blessing to be able to have these people stand up and show their support. We had Christy Kemp from Breastfeeding Mama Talk. We had Abby the Badass Breastfeeder Abby the Badass Breastfeeder. We also had the Mama Tribe Network, and we also had Mahal Musa from Australia. I'm sure you guys have heard of her. She's 52 years old, and she's naming her 6-year-old. And be sure to tune in because tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing her as well. We also had the Black Mothers Breastfeeding Association come out and do one, and we also had one from Canada, who is Momzelle. They're a breastfeeding apparel company, and also Erin White. She's a photographer living in Germany right now. They've all come out and shared their support, and it's just really been amazing. And also we had one of our co-hosts who actually did all of our lovely stick figure drawings for us from the solar power system. So, I mean, it's just been amazing. I'm going to share a couple of these videos with you guys really quick. They're not too long. I asked for them to only be about 30 seconds long so that they be very shareable. So go ahead and take a look.
Hi everybody, this is Mahal Musa from Australia. I'm a 52-year-old mum still breastfeeding her 6.5-year-old daughter, and I fully support this campaign to normalise breastfeeding for every mother, every child, every baby worldwide. It is absolutely imperative that women know that they are safe and secure to follow their instincts, to follow their child's needs, and to be able to breastfeed wherever they desire, whether in public, whether at home, wherever that child needs. I am founder of Belly Dance for Birth since 1997 and have always encouraged women to tap into their body's birthing wisdom, to tap into the living book within and to read her, to be free, to be in her instincts, to be in being a woman. So that includes breastfeeding and mothering, to follow your heart's desire, to follow your child's needs, and to normalise breastfeeding. This campaign is very, very important for all mothers worldwide to know that to nourish your child with the nutrients of your breast milk is absolutely relevant and important if that is what you desire. So I would like to say that this campaign is fantastic, and Vanessa, what a wonderful work you've done in putting this together, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. So mamas, keep on feeding and let's keep on normalising breastfeeding. Thanks, bye.
All right, and so Maha's been incredibly encouraging and incredibly supportive, and it's just been really, really great to see some of these different videos. I'm going to share one more with you guys. We have We have Erin White from Germany. She's in Germany, not from Germany.
I pledge to support breastfeeding and pumping moms to nourish their children whenever they like, and to do it for however long they like. My name is Erin White of Erin White Photography, and I have started the movement called Women in the Wild. It's a movement to empower moms through body positivity and normalizing breastfeeding. I think this day is important because it's nice to have all these women coming together in order to further a cause. It makes you feel a lot better and a lot stronger to have more than just one person doing it. So I think that's why it's important to have a special day so that we can all come together and support it. Thank you.
Awesome. And we'll do one more. We've got the representative from this lactation consultant here. She is in, I believe she's in New Jersey, and she is a bilingual lactation counselor.
Hi there, this is Liz Chan. I am the founder and CEO of Pretty Mama Breastfeeding, prettymb.com. I'm a bilingual lactation professional, and I am super excited to talk about the Normalize Breastfeeding campaign. We want to encourage all the moms to go out there, to take on social media, to do videos, to promote. Want to talk about how important breastfeeding is. I breastfed my child for 34 months, and I'm extremely proud, and I support all the moms that choose to breastfeed their children whichever way they want to. Normalize Breastfeeding campaign, as the name says, we want to normalize, we want to see here in the United States and around the world that breastfeeding is completely normal. Breastfeeding needs to be respected, supported, and cherished by all of us. So I invite all of you to use the hashtag, to use Facebook, to tweet, to tell all your friends about Normalize Breastfeeding campaign. Join us.
All right. And one more from Canada.
Hi, we're from Momcell Breastfeeding Apparel. Today we want to talk about a great initiative from normalizebreastfeeding.org. On June 27th, the Mayor of San Diego will proclaim it to be the first international day to normalize breastfeeding. We have sent this proclamation to our mayor here in Montreal, and we're hoping he will do the same. Ici chez Momcell, nous encourageons les organismes locaux et internationaux tels que la Lutte à Lucie, nos ressources, ainsi que les événements comme la Semaine mondiale de l'allaitement, au moyen de dons et de commandites. Le 27 juin prochain, le maire de San Diego programmera la première journée internationale pour normaliser l'allaitement. Initiative de Vanessa Simons de l'organisation Normalize Breastfeeding. Nous croyons que les mères qui allaitent doivent se sentir à l'aise, confiantes et confortables d'allaiter n'importe où. We fully support this cause. I personally am a breastfeeding mother, breastfeeding my 16-month-old son, and we feel that normalizing breastfeeding will mean that mothers can more easily find support in their choices, and that the breastfeeding relationship is cherished and expected in our society. Merci de supporter la cause.
All right. So thank you to all of our co-hosts. I'll just read them off really quickly. We have San Diego County Breastfeeding Coalition, Sage Parenting, Solar Power System, Breastfeeding Mama Talk, The Badass Breastfeeder, Milky Mamas in Macomb County, Lacey Barrett Photography, Momzell, Belly Dance Birth, The Mother Baby Bond, Pretty Mama Breastfeeding, Black Mothers Breastfeeding Association, and the Mama Tribe Network. So thank you so much to all of our co-hosts. You guys have been great in promoting this cause and this event. And now we're going to go back to Amy. I just have a couple of questions for you. So really quickly, I'm going to pull up, I'll let you talk while I pull up the I'm going to pull up the petition so we can share that. So tell me a little bit about what happened with the last petition, and tell me about what's happened since then and why you started a new petition. Awesome, awesome. So I'm pulling it up right now. Looks like you guys have a total of 287 supporters. However, being that this is the international, data normalized breastfeeding pre-event, we are calling on all of our supporters for this event to sign this petition. We don't care where you are in the world. You need to pass this around, share, and get the word out that Idaho moms cannot nurse in public without discrimination. And to talk more about that discrimination, I'm going to have Jessie come on and tell her story. So Amy, go ahead and mute yourself, and Jessie, go ahead and unmute yourself and come on and tell me a little bit about what happened to you and um, wow, that's a really heartfelt story. Thank you so much for sharing. I can hear the emotion in your voice, and that's really that's really hard for me to listen to right now. I could not imagine how you must have felt and what you must have gone through, and I really do. I feel for you, Mama. That's rough. Um, Coming out of it, you say you're supporting moms. So how do you do that? Are you involved in some local groups, or are you involved in some Facebook groups? How are you doing that? Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for your dedication. I really appreciate the fact that you were able to turn that negative into a positive. We always love to hear positive breastfeeding stories, and just hearing moms, overcoming those difficulties. And so you can definitely, I believe your story is in the press release, but feel free to send it on over to normalizebreastfeeding.org, or we'll put it up on the blog. It definitely needs to be shared. People need to know. They need to know about what's going on there. Um, yes, I would love to have you do that. So definitely check it out. If you go under the Be Featured section, you'll be able to check it out. I'm going to share the podcast, the petition with everybody right now. So you can go ahead and mute yourself. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and share this petition right now. So basically, you guys, this is really important. I mean, you heard her story. You hear what she's talking about. I mean, it's not just the remarks. It's just the shame that moms are feeling to do something that is completely and utterly normal and natural. And if it wasn't utterly normal and natural from back in the day when women were breastfeeding their babies and when they were wet nursing their babies, you would hear people making these kind of remarks. But you didn't back then. It was normal. And that's why we're trying to normalize it again. I mean, it's funny, somebody commented on the event page and said, maybe we should say we need to renormalize it. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Like, and it was a man who made this comment, you know? So we need everybody to come over to this petition on change.org to protect nursing mothers in Idaho. If you just type in create a law protecting nursing mothers in Idaho, either in your address bar or maybe even in your search, you should be able to find this petition. We're trying to reach 500 signatures, and I think we can do that by tomorrow. And honestly, the more signatures you reach, the more signatures you can get. So we just need everyone to kind of come together and sign this petition for the moms in Idaho. And not just for the moms, but for the babies. You know, this is not just about women's rights. I always say this is a human right. It is a human right whether it's a baby girl or a baby boy. It's a human right to be able to nurse in public, whether it's the mother or the child. It's their right as a baby to eat, and it's the mother's right as a mother to be able to feed. So we need to all come together and support these moms. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it via email if you don't do social media, and you can share it on Twitter. And you can also sponsor an ad. You know, this is something really positive. You can put money where your mouth is and promote this petition so that more people will see it when they come to change.org. And then when you sign it, you can tell us why. Tell us why this needs to happen, so that way the lawmakers in Idaho can see our strength in numbers. So yes, thank you so much again, Amy, for creating this petition. Did you have any other points that you wanted to make about this nursing, Amy? Wow, so once a month you guys are planning to have these now? Awesome. Awesome. That is amazing. Well, you definitely know that we stand behind you, and if you guys are there while we are on live, I'll definitely bring you on. You already know. So yeah, so that would be great. So yeah, I'm so excited to hear that, and it's good to know that you guys are going to keep pushing forward. Don't give up. We're all standing with you guys. It's going to be amazing, especially once you guys get that. You know, it's funny. Virginia just got their bill passed, right? And it was passed unanimously of all things. And it was almost like everybody was ready for it, you know. So I'm hoping that that's what we can do is build up some momentum and get people ready for this law. And then once they pass it, you know, then you guys can have a big celebration. That's what needs to happen, you know, is just having a big celebration. So I'm so glad to hear all of that. So just really quickly in closing, I'm gonna wrap things up. You can go ahead and mute yourself. I am going to talk a little bit about some of our plugging. So we have Laura on the screen. You can find her at nationwidenursing.com. You can also join her Facebook group. She's got a private group and a public group for the Nationwide Nursing. They're going to do it once a year, and you can basically meet at your state capitol on a specific date. I think is it always the last Saturday or the last Friday in April, Laura? Can you unmute yourself for a second?
I think it's going to change a little bit. This year, we didn't realize that it happened to share the same day with Arbor Day, which seems kind of silly, but it made a substantial difference because there was so much environmental work going on the same day. So this next year, it's going to be April 29th. So it's going to be a Friday again because we want the lawmakers to actually be there to see the event.
Awesome, awesome. So you can follow her at nationwidenursing.com. And I'm going to mute you. I know you put your hands full. So, what else was I going to talk about? Okay, so this podcast is brought to you by Candid Perspective Photography. That is my photography business. I put together this Normalized Breastfeeding campaign, and I've been working it hard for the last year, trying to support breastfeeding families, whether they're nursing, pumping, donating milk. And it's just been an honor. It's been a complete honor. And I am so excited to be able to do something like this with my photography, something that I'm so passionate about. And if you go on the blog under the uplifting stories, you can read my breastfeeding story and listen to the struggle that I went through. It was a very traumatic experience, but I'm here now. I've overcome it, and I'm ready to really give back to the breastfeeding community. But I'm also looking for sponsors for this podcast. So when I say this podcast is brought to you by, I can say your business name. So if you are interested in sponsoring our cause, and if you think that your business aligns with our mission, which is to document and provide education that supports normal or diverse variations of normal breastfeeding, and our vision, which is a breastfeeding awareness media campaign to normalize breastfeeding and remove the taboo from public breastfeeding. So if you feel like your business falls in line with that, we definitely want to have you as a sponsor. You can contact me via normalizebreastfeeding@gmail.com. And just a quick little shameless plugging here. So I want to talk really quickly about tomorrow, International Day to Normalize Breastfeeding. I'm going to share with you guys really quick the actual event schedule. So if you are in the U.S., you can actually go from your phone to the schedule. You just text Normalize BF. Text it to 313131. And when you do that, it's going to take you to, it's going to send you a link via text message. It'll sign you up and subscribe you to our text message alerts so that you kind of know about what we're doing worldwide to normalize breastfeeding. And then once you do that, you will be able to receive the official event schedule for tomorrow, June 27th. And there's a couple different ways that you can get involved. You can share, we have a couple of memes that you can use, or you can share our little event flyer. And we're asking everyone to update their profile picture tomorrow. We're following the lead from South Africa. We had one of our followers said, "I'm changing my profile picture, and you guys should too." And so I'm going to share with you really quickly on the website how you can do that. You just go over to normalizebreastfeeding.org, and you go to there's a little link here under IDT NBF, International Day to Normalize Breastfeeding. You can go down to Take the Pledge. It'll bring you here. It'll show you how to text. Now, this texting is only for the U.S., so if you are international, you can head over to the press release, which I believe is on I think it's on the event page. So if you're outside of the U.S., you need to come here to International Day to Normalize Breastfeeding. And when you do that, you can open up the description on the event, and right here is the press release. And when you click on the press release, you go down to the event schedule, and for international users, you can use that link. If you're local, though, you can go ahead and text it. It'll come straight to your phone. And here are the little memes that we have. So this one's just kind of like an event flyer, but we also have I Pledge for moms, and then we have I Pledge to Support for dads, for family members, for businesses, for organizations. It's so important that you put it out there. So even if you have a business, change your profile picture. Let's be heard. Let's lift our voices. And the other ways that you can get involved are you can post these pictures to the event wall. You can also upload a status saying it, or you can do a YouTube video. YouTube videos are really strong. You can go to YouTube and upload your video, and just talk about kind of like the videos that I showed earlier in the segment. Talk about what normalizing breastfeeding means to you and why we should celebrate this day annually. So yeah, and if you're on your mobile phone on our website, you should be able to long press these images and be able to save them to your phone in order to be able to share them. So one last plug, we have our t-shirts, which they're going really, really fast, and we are not guaranteeing them by tomorrow, obviously. However, you can still get a shirt. So we only have 2 days left for these three different designs. You can get the meme for the mom or for the support, and you can also get the OG shirt, like I call it, the original version of the shirt in black. This one is a support shirt. The one for the moms, it still has about 5 days running, so that we can get those out to you as soon as possible. These shirts are really great quality. We had talked about moving our shirts over to another printer, but really great quality and really great customer service, and we're really, really proud of our fund here. So if you also want to start your own t-shirt company, make sure to go to our page and start it from there, and we'll get a referral bonus if you start it from our fund, from our page. So those are all my plugs for the day. Looks like everything went really smoothly. I'm really glad that we were able to connect with everyone out in Idaho and also in Colorado. Thanks for being with us, ladies. And I hope that everything goes really well. Definitely check in with us and post on the event wall so we can know how everything went. So this is me signing off. See you guys tomorrow. It's a big, big day. All right, take care. Have a good day.